Welcome to Isla Nublar, a small island 120 miles west of Costa Rica. Since its discovery in the 16th century, it has remained mainly uninhabited by humans for more than 400 years. There was a small tribe of humans who had lived on the island, but they were moved off the island during the events of World War II. Since then, this island has remained abandoned. That was until the late 1980s, when John Hammond bought Isla Nublar and a nearby archipelago. Hammond was a visionary who saw his dream as a reality. Hammond wanted to bring dinosaurs back from extinction. To help with this endeavor, he created the Engine Corporation and hired scientists to figure out how to do so. His mission led him to Isla Nublar, the island that would soon be the home of his greatest success and greatest failure, Jurassic Park. However, before that could begin, Hammond would need to create space on the land. He chose to hold his park. As such, work started immediately to deforest the area. Once the area was adequately deforested and flattened, Hammond began work on the park entrance. Guests would enter the park via helicopter. While a bit inefficient, Hammond pressured his construction workers to go through with it. Once the helipad was finished, a road would be constructed leading to a vehicle stop. This would be the actual entrance to Jurassic Park. Before that, the area around the helipad was decorated with a surrounding forest and a small lake. Once that was finished, work began on what would become Main Street. A large pathway is laid down, while a smaller path shoots off from the side. This pathway would lead to the scientist and worker facilities. Before any more construction could be done, a geothermal power station would be needed to power the park facilities. Once the power station was finished, construction began on two more worker facilities, the Staff Center and the Science and Research Laboratory. After that, the Ranger Response and Medical Treatment facilities began construction. The Ranger Response facility houses the Ranger teams and capture team. In an emergency, one of these teams would be dispatched to deal with the problem. The Medical Treatment facility is for when dinosaurs or guests suffer injuries. Once the buildings were up and running, construction began on a new facility, the Hammond Creation Lab. This is where the dinosaurs will be bred and released into the park. Once the lab is completed, a small holding pen will house the dinosaurs until proper enclosures are constructed. Now that the worker facilities were finished, they built guest amenities such as restaurants, convenience store, a toy shop, restrooms, and even an emergency bunker right in front of the park entrance. After that, the visitor center was constructed. This is the heart of the park, for all operations will be conducted within the building. A pathway splits off from the main street in front of the visitor center. This pathway leads to a new building, a viewing gallery. The viewing gallery was connected to a small enclosure. The fencing used for the enclosure was standard electrical fences. Nothing too fancy was used since the pen is to house small species of dinosaur. Researchers began work on creating the first dinosaur species ever to be brought back from the dead. Hammond hired the best scientists he could find, such as Dr. Henry Wu. Dr. Wu started off small, so he ordered the creation of a small ornithomimid dinosaur, the Struthiomimus. Once the dinosaurs had been released into the holding pen, a capture team was sent in to tranquilize the assets. Once all of the dinos were asleep, they were airlifted out of the holding pen and transported to their newly outfitted enclosure. Inside the enclosure, a ranger outpost was set up. A ranger team will regularly enter the pen to document the dinosaurs in their new habitat and ensure their specific needs are met. With that out of the way, a new enclosure would be constructed right by the Struthiomimus pen. This new enclosure was to house a larger species of dinosaur. As the construction of the new pen continued, research for the next resurrected species continued. With that, Dr. Henry Wu and his scientists present the Edmontosaurus. Just like before, the capture team is ordered to tranquilize the dinosaurs. Once asleep, the Edmontosaurs are lifted out of the holding pen and sent to their new enclosure. The Edmontosaurs quickly adapted to their new home and began grazing for food. By the following day, John Hammond decided that it was time for a private viewing of the park. With that, he opened the park to private guests and VIPs. These guests have been anxiously waiting to get the chance to see the dinosaurs up close and personal. While the guest count may be small now, one day, Jurassic Park will become the greatest attraction in the world.
Hey everyone, it's been a minute. I know this is not my usual content, but I wanted to try something different. If you guys want to see the rest of the series, leave a like and drop a comment. A special shout out goes to Kyle Palmer for voicing the narrator of this video. Please support him in any way you can. Anyway, I have to go now. I'll see you all sometime soon. Bye!